how do we add proper fractions when they have like denominators? So that means here, if I have a number and a denominator, or a numerator and a denominator, plus a numerator and the denominator, and these are exactly the same, the only thing that I need to do is take those numerators and add them together and scooch that denominator right on over. Just the same way we were talking about with our fractions. Our proper fraction example that we just had. This time I'll just use 4. Okay. And if we need 4 to fill up the whole thing and you only have 1, well, how many are you missing? You're missing 1, 2, 3. So in order to make this a whole, I can say this one has 1 out of 4 plus 3 out of 4 in order to give me 4 out of 4, which makes one whole. All right, hopefully that's clear. Let's do this one together. So we have 8/9 and 4/9. And the way that we do this one is we take the 8 plus the 4 and we just scooch that 9 on over. All right, 8 plus 4 is 12 over 9. And you guys remember, you know how to simplify. Whenever you can. All right. So let's draw an image of this. Let's see if we can. All right. There's 9 sections there. So this one has 8 of the 9 sections. So I'm going to fill in 8 of those sections. This one has 4 of the 9 sections. So I'm going to fill in 4 of those sections. So if I had one whole here, right, I'm bringing my work down. And I'm showing that I'm adding these two together by coming down to this step. All right, I'm going to just write them all together. So let's go back and add this again. And you guys should have easily be able to draw this model. All right, so I'm going to take the 8 from this first section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from that first fraction. And then I'm going to take the 4 from this second fraction. I'm going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the only reason I went a different way is so that you can see where that 4 comes from. But you notice they're all pink. They all fill in. And you can see it spills over. So here I have one whole. But now I have 3 out of the 9 that I need. What does that look like? A mixed fraction. So anytime it looks like we have these improper fractions, we can turn them into mixed fractions. Now for this problem, we can simplify even further because I can see that there is a relationship here. This row, this column, and this column all look the same. So I can divide those up even further and say 1 and 1/3. And we'll talk about how we got there just a little bit later if you need a little bit more support on that. All right, check for understanding. I want you guys to go ahead and hit the pause button and handle this problem for me. Let's make sure that you can do it. All right, we're back. Let's work this one out. Hopefully you completely worked it out. You've drawn a picture and done everything that you needed to do. So let's zoom it in for you. We have our let's do it right next to us as an example. So let's go. Looking at these, we can see that the denominators are the same. So the rules for adding these when the denominators are the same are to just write those numerators all over those denominators. Now, what does that leave us? 5 parts out of 5 needed for the total amount. So what does that give us if we have 5 out of 5? Well, that answer should be 1 whole. Now let's draw some pictures to prove it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gives us 5 sections. So in this one, I have 1, 2 sections. In this one, I have 1, 2, 3 for my fraction. Now, when I add those together, what is that going to give me? Well, let's just try it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we don't need a second box, so let's just put this here. So these 2, 1, 2, and then these 3, 1, 2, 3. And we can see from this example that it completely fills up that box. So that gives us 1 whole. All right, if this is something you feel like you can do, go ahead and check this box and let me know that you can add proper fractions with like denominators.